And we are Convention of States, and our leader, Mark Meckler, is with us. Convention of States, another victory, Mark Meckler. While everybody else is focused on other things, you're focused solely on saving our republic and our Constitution. Tell us what happened.
Mark, it was a great day in West Virginia. A lot of years coming, a lot of hard fighting by the grassroots. So we came out of the House with an overwhelming victory on the House floor today. I believe it was 77 votes. It was a bipartisan vote, by the way. A bunch of Democrats voted for us as well. So really incredible victory. Amazing in the House Senate, straight to the Senate. And within 1 hour, we were being heard on the Senate floor. The Senate waived committee, brought it straight to the floor. A very unorthodox way of getting it done. Show their real support. They did a voice vote. There wasn't even a count. It was overwhelming. And that makes West Virginia state number 18 for the Convention of States.
This is fantastic, and maybe South Dakota can learn from this. Maybe the clowns in the state Senate there can learn from this.
Yeah, we hope so. And, you know, there's a lot more coming. There's a lot of positive stuff on the horizon. South Carolina has already passed the House, and we expect to be moving in the Senate here in the next week or so. So I think that's looking really good to be number 19. Iowa still looks good. Ohio, Pennsylvania. I think we have a lot more happening this year, Mark.
And so I predicted when we hit 20, the enemy will show its teeth. It'll become a national story, and you will become the leading Klansman of the American right by the time this thing is over. I believe that's what's going to happen in our white-dominated society. Now, this is a very, very serious effort to try and get our Constitution back. We do not believe Washington, D.C. should be amending the Constitution every time they get together. And so we want to put strict or restrictions in place that actually protect the Constitution, and we want to use the Constitution to protect the Constitution. You are promoting not just an idea, you're promoting a process that was written and endorsed by the delegates at the Constitutional Convention, correct?
Yeah, that's correct, Mark. You know, I think a lot of people have a misimpression about this, and they think, oh, these guys are trying to rewrite the Constitution, and they're putting the Constitution at risk. The reality is, over the last 150 years, the Supreme Court has largely rewritten the Constitution, mostly to the benefit of the Marxists and the people who would like to see power centralized in Washington, D.C., and so what we're trying to do is use the Constitution, Article 5 of the Constitution, to restore the Constitution, to go back to something like enumerated powers, to where the federal government had limited enumerated powers. They did the things that they had to do, that only they could do, and the rest was left to the people in the state. So this is really a power to the people sort of movement. We're going to take the power away from Washington, D.C., and we're going to give it back to regular folks in the states.
So the scare tactics and the fear-mongering will come, ladies and gentlemen. Ignore them. It's the same reprobates that have always attacked our system. They hate our constitutional republic, and then they pretend to defend it when they try to defeat these courageous movements. Convention of States, I really want you to try and embrace it, folks. If people want to get involved or understand more about it, where do they go?
Go to conventionofstates.com, fill out the petition. More importantly, click the Take Action tab and volunteer, because it's actually going to take real work to get this done, Mark. 5.2 million people involved already. We need the rest of your listeners on board.
And you're having a big convention in October, correct?
We are, Mark, October 6th through 9th in Orlando, Florida. It's open to people who are actually qualified leaders in Convention of States. Incredibly, 400 sold out immediately, so we've opened it up to another couple hundred, be 600 people gathering in Orlando. These are fully trained, fully active volunteers who are leaders all over the country of this movement.
And did I agree already, I hope, to attend at some point there?
Yeah, I think we'll call this your agreement, if that works.
Yeah, it's so far ahead, but that's our goal, absolutely, to get there. We believe in this so strongly. And if people want to learn more about... Yeah.
Literally, there's nobody that we'd rather have there. You know, if people haven't read Liberty Amendments already, this is the book that launched the movement. This is the intellectual foundation for the movement. If you want to know what Article 5 is about, what we're doing, you got to order Mark's book, Liberty Amendments.
By the way, you're very kind. Do these state reps and state senators, honestly, I'm just curious, do they ever read this book? Because this book was written in part to convince them.
A lot of them do, Mark. I can't overestimate the amount of people when I'm on the road, legislators, citizens, business people who say, I found out about this from Mark Levin, either from the book itself or from hearing you talk about it on the radio. So when I say you're the father of this movement, that's not just hyperbole. I mean, it's not just language I'm using. So many people I talked to heard about this from you. That's why you're such an integral part of this movement.
Well, and I want to thank you for the hard day-to-day labor on this, you and your really millions of members. You're the ones who hit the pavements. You're the ones who go into the state legislatures. Is there another state we should be watching right now?
Yeah, I think the next state up is South Carolina. Like I said, we've come out of the House already. We're pending in the Senate. I think it looks good. And I'm guessing that next week we'll see movement in the Senate.
All right, South Carolina. We'll be focused on South Carolina. Do we know where the senators stand or any of those people? Not that it matters. They have no role, actually. But
you mean the United States senators?
Yeah.
Yeah, most of them, Mark, we don't even ask. And because of what you said, they don't really have a role in this. So we kind of avoid most of the senators.
Yeah, most of them won't help us anyway. They'll come out against us. All right, Mark. Yeah, go ahead.
DC. They love
exactly.
power in Washington, D.C. So we're going to take it away from them.
God bless you. My best to your wonderful family, and keep up the great work, Mark.
Thanks, Mark. God bless you, too.
And we want to thank the legislators in the great state of West Virginia for doing what they've done. And by the way, I've been to West Virginia many times. We have good friends in West Virginia. Despite all the cheap shots, it is a wonderful state with wonderful, wonderful people.
I'm here live in Philadelphia at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. When you hear the phrase lives, fortunes, and sacred honor, these are the folks we should think of, those who anonymously gave their lives. Well, today you have a chance to volunteer. You need to volunteer for conventionofstates.com, the movement that's going to save the country. These folks were willing to step up and give everything. We need you to give just a little bit. Go to conventionofstates.com and volunteer today.